I've just returned from Boggle Palace after attending a very productive annual leaders meeting with President Joko Widodo. My meeting with President Widodo was warm, it was productive and it was heartfelt.
The newly appointed Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese visited Jakarta to meet with Indonesian President Joko Widodo within his first 2 weeks in office, as is customary for new Australian Prime Ministers. The two leaders spoke about the flourishing bilateral relationship between our two countries and their ambition for continued growth in key trade and investment sectors. And we saw the emergence of bicycle diplomacy.
We also shared our similar stories of humble beginnings, and that was the significance of the bike ride.
The relationship between our leaders, and by extension between Australia and Indonesia, is clearly in good stead. It's an exciting time to be working on trade and investment between our two countries. I'm Sondang Sirait, and this episode was recorded on location by my co-host Rachel Mason Nunn in Brisbane, the Queensland capital and the site of this year's Indos conference.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Sondang. Great to see you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So what was it like attending Indos?
Oh, it was so great. I think after 2 years of COVID and not being able to do much face-to-face interaction, it was so exciting to be at a conference with over 300 people all discussing the Australia-Indonesia relationship. And it's clear there's a lot of momentum in this space. There was a lot of excitement and energy in the air, and all of the participants and the speakers and all of the delegates that were there on the day were really keen to network and share their work with one another. So it was just a fabulous, positive day that left us all with a lot of optimism.
Yeah, and the panel discussions especially featured a variety of topics and speakers that were very timely, very relevant to what's happening across industries, to name digital transformation for one. What can you share with us?
Oh, the panels were fantastic. The Indos organisers, led by David Wijaya, did a really fantastic job putting together some very timely panels. My favourite has to be the first one, which was on TVET and skills exchange between Australia and Indonesia. I find it a really fascinating topic, particularly in light of the massive growth of the digital sector in Indonesia and the opportunity for Australian TVET and TAFE providers to enter the Indonesian market and provide some of the skills that are really in demand, like business skills and management and that kind of thing. And there was a fantastic panel which looked at some of those opportunities for Australian TVET providers in Indonesia. And it also featured the Katalis director, Paul Bartlett. So it was great to hear from him and the other panelists. So all in all, it was a really good day. But Sondang, you've had a huge month of travel as well, haven't you?
True. Yeah, I've been traveling this past few months. Katalis actually held a series of socialization events in a number of cities across Indonesia. We were working very closely with the Australian consulates general in Denpasar, Surabaya, and Makassar. Our team met with a lot of Indonesian and some Australian businesses. We held many, many engagements and are very pleased to discover how businesses are ready to bounce back, and excited really to explore new areas of growth, such as renewable energy, and this time to pursue possible partnerships with Australia.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Yeah. And also exciting to have you co-host season 2 of the podcast, Rachel. We'll be covering a wide range of topics and bring in more speakers from Australia and Indonesia, business leaders and experts. We'll be covering it from all angles, bringing in both Australian and Indonesian perspectives. It's going to be a fresh take on how we look at bilateral trade and investment.
It really is. I have to admit, I'm a bit daunted. Sondang, you did such a wonderful job hosting season 1.
And I'm so glad you're here, Rachel.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to the season as well. I think it's really an exciting way to share some of the topics that Katalis is working on with our audience, and also to highlight some of the people that we get to work closely with behind the scenes, but that the wider audience may not be familiar with. So there's lots of great people and topics we'll introduce this season. It's going to be wonderful.
Definitely. All right, let's get started.
So I am in Brisbane today for the Indos 2022 conference. It is sunny, a little sunnier than Sydney, and it's late August here. And the novelty of being at a conference is pretty big, knowing that today we'll bring together 300 people all working in different ways in the Australia-Indonesia trade relationship. So I'm thrilled to be here, and I'll be sharing as many voices and stories from the day with you as I can. That was some audio from the dance performance that we kicked off the day with. Now you'll hear some of the interviews I managed to grab throughout the day at Indos. First up, I spoke with Indos conference organiser David Wijaya.
Hi, my name is David Wijaya. I'm the advisor for the Indos Conference 2022. Yeah, I'm also the vice chair of Australia-Indonesian Business Council and the board member of the Lord Mayor Brisbane Multicultural Business Roundtable. So we are at the moment running the Indos Conference 2022 here in the Brisbane City Hall, where we have about 250 people coming to the conference, and 300 will be coming for dinner tonight. Yeah.
And can you tell us a bit about why Indos is such an important event on the business calendar for Australia and Indonesia?
Yeah, Indos is very important. We started Indos in 2013. Here with a small gathering of business people during the business networking dinner here in the City Hall on Friday evening, and then on Saturday we go to the King George Square, which is opposite of the City Hall, to have the Indos Festival. That has been built since 2013, and we do have about 15,000, 20,000 people coming to the festival each year. So Indos Festival is one of the largest Indonesian festival as well, and the business networking is turned out to be the very large after so many years. Yeah, but since the pandemic, we cannot run the festival, of course, and because of that, last year we started the Indos Conference, and it's quite a very, very difficult exercise because, like, during that time as well, the state still locked down and people cannot come from interstate, but we still have a very good turnout last year, and then that's why this year the border is open now. People started coming, yeah, and then we probably have almost 1.5 or double the numbers of last year, yeah.
And what are the key topics that you hear everyone talking about today?
Today the topic will be in line with what Indonesia want to do, the G20. Yeah, one is the health resilient. Building the health resilient, and then like the digital economy and also the green economy. So that's the main topic that we have. But we also want to showcase this afternoon the stronger partnership through investment, where the Indonesian mining investment coming here to Australia. Yeah, there are many big companies. We got the Sinarmas, Salim Group, Adaro, and Buma Australia, who recently just took over donors EDI for 167 million.
Well, thanks so much for your leadership of the event, and it's great to be here.
Thank you very much. Yeah, lovely to have you here.
After catching up with David, I caught up with a few other attendees and speakers at the conference. Here's Scott Rowantree from Alinea Capital, Amalia Sos Roderigo from Decorum Group, Sally Deane from Austrade, and Agung Bicaksono, Trade Attaché from the Indonesian Embassy in Australia.
So my name's Scott Rowantree. I'm the CEO of Alinea Capital. Alinea Capital prepares and facilitates projects that contribute to the SDGs in the healthcare and renewable energy space. So a key challenge to these projects going ahead is attracting early stage capital, and key to attracting early stage capital is preparing the projects in a way that's acceptable to lenders and investors and meets their standards to bring capital in at an acceptable risk and an acceptable rate of return into the geographies that we propose that they invest in. Currently, we're working on projects in Indonesia, Bangladesh and India, the most advanced of which is the West Java Sanusi Medica hospitals in West Java, Indonesia. These projects are moving rapidly through the project preparation stage, whereby we're doing a feasibility study, we're doing environmental social impact assessments, we're preparing the legal and financial structures, and we're doing the early stage concept design for the hospitals. All of this material is then used by lenders to assess risk and provide loans to facilitate investment into those projects.
Hi, my name is Amalia Sosrodirijo. I'm one of the director of Decorum Group Pty Ltd. It's a consulting firm based in Adelaide, South Australia, providing services for corporations and businesses, and also projects for ESG and also greenhouse gas accounting and management, carbon footprint analysis, and so on.
So Amalia, you spoke today about renewable energy. Can you tell us a bit about your talk?
Well, renewable energy, I think, is only part of what I'm talking about. So it's not, it's part of the ESG movement, I guess. When we talk about green tourism, green economy, renewable energy is definitely the biggest part of what we are trying to transition towards the green economy. So my perspective on that is how much time do we, how much speed or investment that we need as Indonesia need to transition towards that green economy. And I think renewable energy plays the bigger part of the transition, and also biofuels and so on.
What gives you the most cause for optimism and hope?
Well, optimism and hope. I am so looking forward to engage more and more businesses, individual organizations, and basically everyone to connect with me, and also to talk about this, and also to do something about it. As I mentioned in my presentation, what we need to do instead of one of them, of course, investment to transition towards green economy, but the second is the speed of action. That's a collaborative effort that's for everyone to do something about to transition towards green economy, and what we can do individually or in our organizations and also in businesses. First of all, to understand your greenhouse gas emissions footprint or carbon emissions. That's a starting point in order for you to think about what you need to do the most in order to reduce your emissions and your, I think, good lifestyle for the green lifestyle, I suppose.
And last question, are you happy to be at Indoors today?
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100% happy. I am delightful to be here, and enjoying so much for the networking, and also, talking more and more about this area of green economy.
Yeah, hi, it's Sally Deane, the Senior Trade and Investment Commissioner for Austrade, based in Indonesia at the Embassy. So I think the first thing I'd say about the conference is that it's fantastic that we can actually come together for the first time since the pandemic. Obviously, it was held last year in a hybrid format. I joined last year virtually because of borders being closed. So absolutely fantastic to be able to travel again with borders open and be able to connect with people. And you can see the enthusiasm in the room to be able to come together. There's a big group in there, some great business contacts. So, I think that's been fantastic. I think the other thing is, obviously, the conference has been framed around the key priorities for Indonesia's G20 theme of Recover Together, Recover Stronger. So it's focusing on digitalisation, green economy, investment and health, and they're all really topical subjects at the moment, and really important in terms of partnership opportunities between Indonesia and Australia. So, it's great to be in the room and hearing the sorts of issues and the challenges that people working in those sectors and looking to build partnerships are facing. So fantastic from that perspective. So really looking forward to the rest of the day. It's only lunchtime. It's been a great, rich discussion. Looking forward to this afternoon and the dinner tonight. And already I've got a number of business contacts to follow up on. So and I think that's the thing about these conferences and the ability to come together in person really really it's about the networking, the opportunities to connect with people in the sidelines, and I've already done that, and it's only lunchtime, so looking forward to the rest of the day. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Agung Wicaksono. I'm from the Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia in Canberra as a trade attaché, and my role in Australia is to enhance bilateral trade relationship between the two countries. And through this Indos conference, I can see that the enthusiasm of the business from Indonesia and Australia, and I think this is a very good moment. It reflects the understanding of the business communities on how they can maximize on the implementation of the IA-CEPA.
And what are the key messages that you're hearing today?
The key messages that I can think of is that there is a sense of confidence amongst the business communities on how to optimize further to enhance bilateral trade and investment relationships. And I think this is a very good opportunity for the business communities to get to know and to get closer about the opportunities that the two countries offer to each other, and also how they can cooperate closer to reach and to enter global market.
And lastly, why do Australia and Indonesia make great trading partners?
I think it's by nature, if we speak about the trade in goods area, we are actually complementing each other instead of competing each other. So I think collaboration is the key to success for both countries, because the market is not actually between one another, but the market that the two countries can explore is actually the global market.
Then it was time for lunch and another fantastic cultural performance. Here's a snippet. That evening at the conference dinner, I caught up with a few other conference delegates. Here's Indonesian Ambassador to Australia Siswo Pramono, Vedi Buana, Consul General to Australia, Antonius Auwyang from Sony Trading, and Puspita Aram Paramitha from the Indonesian Investment Promotion Centre.
Oh yes, my name is Pramono, Indonesian Ambassador in Australia. Today I attended a very successful Indos conference, and I think this is a very productive. We have good discussion and learning, and thanks for the contribution from Katalis. I think you have contributed a lot and building more better relation between our two business.
Yeah. And what were your main takeaways today?
Yeah, I think learning that there's a lot of complementarity between Australia and Indonesia. We just got to find in which part of this complementarity we can exploit and explore more for cooperation.
Wonderful, and it's very loud in Brisbane, isn't it?
It's very nice. It's just very nice in here. Canberra is a bit cooler, but Brisbane is always very warm, even during the winter time.
Well, thank you for chatting.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Hello, good evening. My name is Vedi Buana. I'm the Consul General of Indonesia. Stay for the New South Wales, Queensland, and South Australia. And now I'm here in Brisbane, beautiful city. I'm attending the event of Indos conference, and we have Rachel here from Katalis. And Katalis actually really important, very important, because the task or the function of Katalis to to better Indonesia and Australia relationship, especially in terms of the implementation of Indonesia-Australia Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. So, so far, what I see here, Katalis really influential because with Katalis, of course, being backed by the Indonesian government, Australian government, the duty or the task of the Katalis is, of course, quite. The expectation for Katalis is quite high, but I see here the Katalis can answer and also can do its job. It's very good. It's amazing. So, and we see here the relations between Indonesia, Australia, getting stronger and stronger, and I very much believe that this relation will be more stronger in terms of people connection, social, cultural, and of course economy for the benefit of our two countries.
And can I ask you quickly, what have you learned from the conference today?
Yes, this is a good conference actually. It's best. I mean, beyond my expectation. I'm not that long here. I'm almost a year, and I learned that the last 2-3 years the conference is conducted in through Zoom online. But this is the first time they're trying to make it offline again. But it is tremendous. I mean, it's amazing. 300 people attending here during the dinner here, the gala dinner, and everyone impressed. I believe also just like myself, that it's beyond expectation. I mean, the food, of course, very good. I mean, the cultural performance also, very good. And yes, the main point also, we have networking. We know each other more. And the conference today, I also attending all the seminar, the whole day is very good actually. And we just like what the one session they mentioned that how to converse talking to reality. So I mean, we very much understand that Indonesia and Australia have potential to have actually more than this level. I mean, the level of cooperation. Sometimes also quite, asking myself, also actually not me myself, many people also said that the relation between Indonesia and Australia should be in the next level, not this level. And yeah, we of course we together, Australia and Indonesia, hand in hand, of course, how to make this expectation also happen. So people said we complement each other, opportunity is there, but how come the level of cooperation only in this level? Should be more beyond this level.
Completely agree. Thanks for speaking.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Pleasure.
My name is Antonius Auwyang, and I'm running Sony Trading Pty Ltd. I'm an importer of food and beverage from Indonesia to Australia, and we are not only the importer, but we have a distributor as well. Our office is across the Melbourne, Perth, Brisbane, and Darwin as well. We have an office there to distribute all Indonesian product to all the states in Australia. And then we're doing since 2004 until now. And then from there, we can make the Indonesian product is well known to Australian market as well. So we have really put our product into the Woolworths and Coles and supermarket here as well. And with today have an Indonesian conference. It's very good that we can tie the relationship between Indonesia and Australia, that like are stronger together. and then that will be, I think, in the coming near future, will be more interesting to Indonesian product come to Australia. And we put the packaging or put the flavor as well, which is blend with the Australian market.
And what are some of the main things you learned today?
The main thing that I learned today is, because today is about the stronger together between two nations, and I think because we are the neighbor country as well in Australia and Indonesia, we should working together, between both countries, so both countries can achieve what their plan and then what the economy as well. So in terms of the working together, stronger together as well, because everyone has just recovered from the pandemic. So now we're stronger together to build together as well the economy between two countries.
And is it nice to be here in Brisbane?
Oh yes, very nice in Brisbane. And I love the conference. I learned a lot as well in the conference as well. But a lot of speakers. Yeah, that's very good.
Wonderful. Thanks for chatting.
No problem at all. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Puspita Arum Paramita. I am from the Indonesia Investment Promotion Center, or IIPC, in Sydney. We are the representative office of Indonesian Ministry of Investment, or BKPM. I really enjoy the event today because this is my first indoors after the pandemic, and I had a really good opportunity to meet with lots and lots of people, like people that are really related to the business. And all the sessions are really informative and give us knowledge and broaden our knowledge as well about investment opportunity and climate in Indonesia.
Perfect. And can you tell us a bit more about what you do?
So as the representative office of Indonesian Ministry in Sydney, we assist Australian businesses who would like to invest in Indonesia. We give them information on the investment opportunities. We inform them about the investment procedures as well as regulation. And we also connect them with the right people in Indonesia, whether it is the local government, central government, or business association in Indonesia.
Perfect. And is it good to be in Brisbane?
Oh yeah, it's really nice, and we are so lucky because today it's warm over here while it is wet back in Sydney.
Well, thanks for chatting.
Thank you.
Well, Indoors has just wrapped up. We had the conference today, and this evening we had the conference dinner, which brought together over 300 people who are involved in the Australia-Indonesia relationship in different ways. And now it's a beautiful warm evening in Brisbane, and I'm reflecting on the day and some of the bigger takeaways from today. And what's clear is that Australia and Indonesia are on a shared journey out of this pandemic and are partnering together in numerous ways on economic recovery. Some of the key sectors to look out for is collaboration on renewable energy. Some really exciting things happening in that space. Collaboration on health, including health tourism, medtech, and other health partnerships. Of course, lots of skills and TVET partnerships with Australian universities and TVET providers increasingly entering the Indonesian market, partnering with Indonesian institutions to provide remote and hybrid learning options. And most of all, a real sense of friendship and camaraderie between people of our two countries. The people-to-people linkages are strong and are certainly a cause for optimism. So I hope you've enjoyed this rapid journey through Indoors, and I hope next year you can make it to the conference in person.
Indonesia dan Australia telah memiliki dua fondasi kuat dalam hubungan bilateral, yaitu kemitraan strategis komprehensif yang dimiliki sejak 2018 dan Indonesia-Australia CEPA yang sudah mulai berlaku di tahun 2020. Dua fondasi ini sangat penting bagi kedua negara untuk terus memperkokoh kerjasama bilateral yang saling menguntungkan.
That was Indonesian President Joko Widodo saying Indonesia and Australia have two strong foundations in their bilateral relations. That is the Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, which was established in 2018, and the Indonesia-Australia CEPA, which entered into force in 2020. These two foundations are very important for the two countries to continue to strengthen bilateral cooperation on mutual benefits. Now, to finish with the most important question of all, what happened to the bamboo bicycle? Well, as of a few weeks ago, Albo tells us it's still in transit.
President Widodo and I we got on a bit like President Biden and I did. Like it just clicked.
Yeah. Where's the bike, by the way?
The bike's still in customs through Prime Minister.
Couldn't get there. All right. I got through quarantine.
I raised that with them last night. I said, where's the bike?